Like I said in my initial review, Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 65 is possibly the most controversial and the most divisive chapter in the entire history of Dragon Ball for a number of different reasons. There are some stuff in that chapter which I really like, for example Goku's speech on training and the importance of hard work, but other than that there are some major stuff which pisses off the entire fandom, and this chapter was very much divisive for that particular reason. There are some people who are loving it and there are some people who are absolutely hating it because of the decisions that Toyotaro has taken in this particular chapter in regards to the narrative of the story. So hello and welcome to Undervisey, my name is Soham and today we are going to talk about this particular topic. I wanted to make this video for a while now, especially in regards to the entirety of the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga. In the beginning, everyone was talking about how this saga is basically a copy or a remodel of the Cell Saga, and to be honest, I was kind of defending Toyotaro right from the very beginning that okay, this is all inspiration, this is all an homage to the original stuff of Dragon Ball Z, and there are certainly some distinct differences between these two sagas which makes this particular saga, that is the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, unique on its own. I was especially a very big fan of the starting of this saga and I really liked the way Moro was introduced. The entire concept of the magic based powers and the planet consumption concept was really cool in my opinion, as it is not something which has been dealt so much in the lore of Dragon Ball other than obviously the margin stuff. But as the story moved forward, slowly I started to realize that yeah, there is certainly a lot of problem with the writing material here, and things got to the pinnacle of all the problems in this latest chapter. So we need to talk about this. Also, just a quick note, if you are new here then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related stuff. Also, we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so a like and sub would be massively appreciated. Now on to the video. So like I said in the beginning, right from the very start of this saga, this has been compared deeply with the Cell Saga for a number of different reasons. Right from the starting design of Moro up until his consumption of 7-3 and the ability storing techniques. The very panel of Moro eating 7-3 was very reminiscent of Cell and how he consumed Android 17 and 18. But even then, I was not that convinced that this is an entire copy because Moro did offer something very creative in the narrative of the story. But now, things are just getting to a point that can we even call this an inspiration or an homage, or this is just blatant copying? I want to ask you guys this question. Obviously, I'll give my personal thoughts about this in the video later on, but I want to ask you all at this point that what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that this saga can still be called an inspiration from the Cell Saga, or at this point it is just a blatant copy of it? Please mention your thoughts in the comment section below as to what do you feel that is going on in this chapter or in this saga. Also in this narrative, in this context, I would like to add one particular thing. Right from the very conception of Dragon Ball, Toriyama has been a big fan, a huge fan of Hollywood. So he has constantly added Hollywood touches or Hollywood influences in his work. And this is something very common for Toriyama to do. And there have been many instances where Toriyama has been called out for this, from the obvious reference to Superman and the other stuff in general. But it was still unique enough to make Dragon Ball its own unique concept and a shonen which basically defined an entire generation. But here the thing is a lot messier in my opinion. From Moro eating 7-3 and gaining his abilities in a fashion very similar to Cell, and the entire thing with Vegeta being the second copy or second in command and just adding or nudging some pushes here and there, to the absolute pinnacle of stupidity being Goku giving Moro the Senzu beam. Now I know, we were all baited with the leaks and the chapter didn't end up exactly how we thought, and Goku still had the upper hand for pretty much the entire chapter, but still the Senzu beam part was absolute utter stupidity. I mean, at this point Goku is making the very same mistake which he once told Gohan, so this just doesn't make any sense at all to me. Moreover, the last part of the chapter, especially in regards to Moro not being able to handle the angelic powers and just swelling up like that, it's basically a copy of semi-perfect Cell. I don't have any roundabouts for this. This was a straight up copy, and at this point I can't tell that this is even an inspiration. And this is unfortunately not the first time something like this is happening. In the past, Toyotaro has been accused of copying stuff from other places in the Dragon Ball Super manga. From Goku having Captain America's stance to a lot of different stuff. But still, we all defended him wherever it was possible and criticized him wherever we felt it was necessary. But I think this chapter just ruins everything. I know this was not the worst thing ever because it did have something good, something redeemable, but at this point I cannot call this an inspiration or an homage anymore. In the beginning, yes, I was definitely excited to see these homages to original classic Dragon Ball because it really felt cool to me because we are going back to those older concepts and stuff like that. But at this point, this is just looking like a blatant copy. So in this particular video, I'm not going in depth in this regard. I'm not giving a panel by panel copy of all of this. Either way, I can't give a lot about the panels because my channel will get a copyright strike. I already had a copyright strike in the past couple of months. So I'm not taking the risk of showing you the exact panels of the copy. But I guess you have a general perception of the things that I'm talking about right now. And I just want to ask you all in this regard that what do you guys feel about all of this? This is genuinely a very messy situation, and seeing the track record of Toyotaro, I'm a bit stressed right now. Because in the past as well, he has had a great start for the new sagas and new arcs, but the endings were almost every time terrible. The best example being the Goku Black Saga. That ending was outright horrible, and since the next chapter, that is chapter 66 or even chapter 67, are being touted as the final climactic battle, I'm honestly very scared. How will the entire thing play out? I just hope that this is not a blatant copy of the Cell Saga where Vegeta is just the second hand in assisting Goku to finish off Moro, just like how things went on with Gohan in the Cell Saga. I just hope that this is not another copy-paste like situation which this particular chapter had. And I guess you guys have already guessed it by now, but yes, I am definitely disappointed by this chapter to a large extent. Again, I'm saying that I'm not blatantly hating this guy. I have defended him a lot in the past and his art has definitely improved. I've also given him credit where credit is due. This chapter definitely had some great art. I really loved the shot of Goku versus Moro in the fist fight. That was really awesome. But narrative wise and story wise, this is not looking like an inspiration or an homage anymore, and this is looking like a blatant copy. These are some of my thoughts, these are some of my unscripted thoughts in this particular regard. I didn't make a script for this video. I thought that making a script would make this too robotic or too monotonous. That's why I just thought of making this unscripted and on the go so that I can have my raw thoughts and feelings about all of this. And that's pretty much it. These are my thoughts about this entire copy situation from Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga to the Cell Saga. I really liked the beginning of this. I really liked Moro's introduction. I really liked the lore and everything of it. But the ending is kind of disappointing me. I had initially predicted that Majin Buu, or in general the Great Kaioshin, what was his name, Dai Kaioshin of time, would come into the play in the later half of the series and maybe he would play a role in the final defeat of Moro, but it doesn't feel like something like that is going to happen in the very end, and it feels like it's going to be another Goku show with a little assist from Vegeta in the form of the Spirit Fission. I don't know if I like the ending that much or not. I can just hope that it's not terrible like the previous arc endings that we have got so far, but this is it. These are my thoughts on all of this. So once again, what are your thoughts about all of this? Please mention them in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. This is WonderYZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.